So now the latest rumor is that episode 9 is actually going to be a 2-part movie. But my question is, wouldn't that just make it episode 10? Okay guys, so there's been a new crazy rumor in the realm of Star Wars, and when it comes to crazy rumors in Star Wars, there's really nothing new. I know there's also another theory going around that Qi'ra and Han had an affair, and Rey's actually Qi'ra and Han's daughter. Like, there's a bunch of crazy shit going on the internet. That's why you guys should stay away from the internet. But another crazy theory that has been going around is the fact that episode 9 is going to be possibly split into 2 films. Now, for one, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because, okay, first off, if it did happen, I wouldn't mind it. I would be down for it. But it's not going to happen for the simple fact is the Star Wars saga films are numbered. Right, so what would it be called? Episode 9 Part 1 and Episode 9 Part 2? No, you can't do that. It's not going to work. You think fans are backlashing now? Try to pull some crazy shit like that and see how they backlash. Now, me personally, I like the idea of a 2-part Episode 9. But I would prefer it be Episode 9 and then they just go ahead and do an episode 10. I don't understand when Disney bought Lucasfilm, why they boxed themselves in so much. Like, why did they box themselves in saying, we're going to do a new trilogy? Why did you box yourself in saying you did a trilogy? Now, look, I know the first original movies was a trilogy. A New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi was a trilogy. I know the prequels was a trilogy. But the only reason why the prequels was a trilogy and not just 2 movies or 4 movies, was because George Lucas numbered them 4, 5, and 6, so you had to have 1, 2, and 3, so by default, you had to have the prequels be a trilogy. Why does this new trilogy have to be a trilogy? Why did Kathleen Kennedy come out and say, we're going to do a new trilogy? Why? Where does it say in the rules of Star Wars that every time you do something with Star Wars, it has to be a trilogy? Why did this sequel series of films have to follow a trilogy? Why couldn't it be 4 movies? Why couldn't it be 5 movies? Me personally, I love the 2-movie idea. Could we have 7, 8, 9, and then you finish the whole saga, finish the whole goddamn thing with episode 10, nice round number, you stop at 10 instead of leaving it off at 9. Like, why? Why follow, like, you are so hell-bent on breaking tradition in Star Wars. I mean, you got rid of the crawl in Rogue One and Solo, you sit there and you did all these changes in Last Jedi. Why are you continuing just to stick with tradition and just automatically say, no, this is our trilogy? When you guys know you didn't have a plan to start with. JJ came in, did the first movie with Lawrence Kasdan, then God knows what happened since then. You guys had no set plan. And now you're talking about, well, we got to finish it up in this one movie. Why? Why? Do you have a gun pointed to your head saying you have to have 9 episodes? Do an episode 10. Do an episode 10. Unfortunately, they're not going to do that. Lucasfilm is not going to do that. They're not going to break episode 9 into 2 parts. I just feel like, why do they automatically handcuff themselves and feel like they have to do a trilogy? You know what I'm saying? Like, why sit there and go, you have to, like, believe it or not, when George Lucas did the first Star Wars movie, it wasn't set as a trilogy. He apparently wrote all these stories, and then he took some of it and made one movie. And you can watch A New Hope as a standalone one-off movie. It begins and it ends as one solid movie. And you know what happened? It made money. So he was able to make a sequel. And then that's what developed into the trilogy. Star Wars never set off to be a trilogy. It sort of just ended up being a trilogy. And I already explained the prequel trilogy is only a trilogy because due to numbering, it had no choice but to be 3 films, which is a trilogy. So why does the sequel films have to be a trilogy in the first place? You can make it 4 films. It could be a saga. It could be this entire Skywalker saga done in 10 episodes, 10 movies. But again, I don't work at Lucasfilm. I'm just talking about what I'm reporting on. And there is news, people saying that it's possibly that episode 9 will be broken up into 2 films. And I think that is absurd. That's not going to happen. They're not going to break episode 9 up into 2 films. You will not get episode 9.1 or episode 9.2. That will not happen. I would love to see them go for 10 episodes. Finish the final movie off in the 10th episode, but I don't think they're going to do that either. But that's my thoughts on this whole crazy theory that's going around on the internet. The episode 9 is going to be divided into 2 parts. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about episode 9 possibly being a 2-parter? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Once again, guys, if you're finding my channel for the very first time, be sure to click the subscribe button. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.